I want you, the listener. Yes, I want you, the listener, to press the like button, the subscribe button, but more importantly, comments. Comments that you liked or disliked the topic discussed. What would you like discussed? Because you, the listener, are who is important to me so that I can provide the value that you want and need.
Joel.
Yes, Ray.
You know, we're talking about trimming or training staff.
Oh, when you said trim or train, I was thinking trim as in trees.
Well, it's not quite Christmas time yet. I know a lot of the work that you do in dealing with your clients and their clients, their businesses, centers around training. It's a huge part of the business, actually.
It is a huge part of the business. And over the years, clients are constantly saying, what is your training program?
And what do you tell them?
Well, I have a training program in place, but a lot of companies don't. They just assume that the people that they hire know how to clean.
Oh, let me come back at this. So their clients are asking your clients, what's your training program?
Yes.
They don't have anything. Well, quite frankly, that's why they're hiring you. So
exactly. The fact that we actually have a dedicated training program that is a certified program globally through the ISSA, those programs are important because, yes, it adds some cost to the final price that you're charging somebody. So I use this statement all the time to prospects, clients, in networking, and it is that if we do our job correctly, people don't get sick. Because what we do, we're writing a prescription every single day by how we do things. So when you don't have a training program and you're doing things scatterbrained, you're opening yourself up to getting people sick. Because if you use the wrong product and it doesn't do the things that you need it to do, or you don't use the right materials or the right piece of equipment, you are going to make people sick if you don't do it the right way.
So just to reiterate, Joel, you can have all the tools, all the materials, and all the time. But if you don't use them properly, you still haven't finished the job, and you have left your customer at risk.
That's correct. You have to do things in the right order. There's a reason why you do step A first and step B second, because if you reverse the order, you can make people sick by what you're doing or not doing.
I get that. How does that connect to trim or train with your team?
Another very good question. When you first hire somebody, you have to try to assume that even if they have cleaning experience, that they probably have never been trained the right way. When I went for my original training certifications, I had been in the industry over 20 years. And sitting in that training certification class, I realized that for 20 years, I did so many things wrong. And then got the background as to why they were wrong and what the outcome could be by doing them wrong. So you have to make that assumption when somebody comes in that they have to be retrained right from the start. When they've worked for you for a while, but they keep going back to the old habits, you have to now figure out, are they trainable? Are they malleable? Can you mold them? Or are they going to be so set in their ways? If a person won't change or isn't trying to change, you need to trim them immediately.
Okay.
A person can make mistakes, but you can see that they're trying to do it the correct way. But the only way you know that is to observe them and ask questions of them, not manage from afar. You need to be in the building, watching and observing and asking questions of them.
Okay.
And that's how you're going to find out if they truly are just set in their ways or if they are struggling to remember each of the steps. So then there's other things you can do. We do a lot of color coding. We do a lot of matching up the color of chemical to the microfiber cloths that they need to be. So that helps with the training process. And it can help because language barriers, it could be background. Maybe they can't read. And I'm not saying people can't read, but it is a possibility. They may speak English, but they might not be able to read English.
What we don't want to do is hang someone's success on their reading proficiency necessarily.
That's correct. But a lot of people are visual. So if you can do cue cards, or if you're a little bit more established in the industry, you might have an app that shows them the processes and breaks it down so that they can follow when they come to a roadblock. Because, geez, I cleaned all these other toilets, right? But now I'm in this other restroom and I kind of forgot. That happens sometimes. You have a system in place that shows them how to do it.
Okay. What are some key takeaways or pieces of advice that you would give a cleaning company owner as they are bringing on staff members, bringing on frontline cleaners? There's a process just simply to interviewing and hiring. Once you have them there are some basic training steps. Many cleaning companies, as we have discussed, minimal at best sometimes training, assuming that everyone knows how to clean.
And part of that's, again, because it's a race to zero. They want the job, so they undercut it so that they get it, and then there's no money left to help train the individuals to increase their knowledge.
Mm-hmm. So once again, for that cleaning company owner, 10 people, maybe less, what advice do you give them about trim or train?
Work with the individuals closely, and you will be able to tell if they're going to keep sliding back into their old ways or if they really are trainable. You want the people that are trainable. You don't want the people that are set in their ways. In this industry, things change so often. Clients have different needs on a daily basis, so you need people that are going to be flexible. And if it's an inflexible person, it's not going to work.
My understanding of that statement is set in their ways is not necessarily a function of age.
That's correct. It could be any age, any generation.
As you have noted before, we're hiring attitude, not necessarily experience.
That's correct.
For our owner who's listening, training is difficult. I have to be frank. You have a real expert here with Joel. He has worked with so many teams, developed so many people who thought that they could not be trained. Joel, thank you.
You're welcome.